Good morning and welcome to News for Hearing Impaired. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh with my colleague Shruti. Let's begin the bulletin with the headlines. Over-the-counter exchange of old rupees 500 and 1000 notes stops from today. However, bank deposits will continue. Exemptions in certain categories for use of old 500 rupee notes extended till December 15. 1000 rupee notes no longer in use. Highways to remain toll-free till December 2nd. Government response to former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's allegations. Finance Minister says those responsible for the biggest scams are now questioning government's move against black money. While opposition continues to disrupt Parliament, government hits back, saying opposition is finding new excuses to avoid debate, reiterates that it is ready to discuss all issues and that demonetization will benefit the economy. PM Narendra Modi to lay foundation stone for a new All India Institute of Medical Sciences in Bhatinda in Punjab today. PM to also attend 350th birth anniversary of Guru Gobind Singh in Anandpur Sahib. Later in the day, PM will attend DGP's conference in Hyderabad. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley holds meeting with banks for major push to cashless transactions. Banks to now focus on stepping up digital transactions in mission mode. Task force set up to guide this mission. Indian DGMO holds talks with Pakistani counterpart, lodges a strong protest over mutilation of bodies of Indian soldiers in Jammu and Kashmir's Machil sector, strongly condemning Pakistan Army support for terrorists. DGMO says Pak violated ceasefire 27 times between 16th and 21st November. In international news, at least 80 people killed in a bomb attack in the city of Hila near Iraqi capital Baghdad yesterday. Most of them Iranian pilgrims were headed back to Iran from Iraqi Shiite holy city of Karbala. Islamic State terror group claims responsibility. The government continues its efforts to reduce hardships to the common man after demonetization. Government has announced that over-the-counter exchange of old rupees 500 and rupees 1000 notes will not be allowed after midnight. Rupees 500 notes can be used for some essential services till 15th of December. Rupees 1000 notes, however, cannot be used anymore. You can use rupees 500 notes to pay electricity and water bills at petrol pumps, government cooperative stores, pharmacies, government hospitals, as well as to pay fees in government schools. You can also recharge mobile phones using rupees 500 notes. The date for toll exemption on National Highway has been extended till midnight of December 2nd. This will ensure smooth traffic flow. The government also said the scrapped rupees 500 notes will be accepted at toll plazas on national highways from December 2nd midnight to December 15. After 5 days of confrontation, Rajya Sabha briefly saw resumed debate on demonetization yesterday. With Prime Minister Narendra Modi present in the House, the opposition, led by former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, resumed the discussion. They supported the government's demonetization move, but objected to the manner in which it was being implemented, reacting to which Finance Minister Arun Jaitley mounted a counter-offensive on the Congress veteran's argument, saying it is no surprise that he is unhappy as maximum black money was generated under his rule. Jaitley also said that those who did not consider the generation of so much black money and scams during their regime as a blunder are now finding the crusade against black money as a blunder. Meanwhile, the government yesterday sharply retorted to the opposition's stalling of Parliament on the issue of demonetization. In a brief introduction with the media, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley slammed political parties for fueling the ruckus in both houses. He reiterated how the opposition had set no conditions on the first day when discussions began, but was now coming up with them to evade debate, while the government is ready to discuss the matter anytime. Arun Jaitley also said demonetization will have a positive impact on the economy in the long run. Finance Minister said it was evident that while people had welcomed the move, an issueless opposition was finding faults with no good reason to do so. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will lay the foundation stone for AIIMS in Bhatinda in Punjab today, which will be followed by a public address. This will be Prime Minister Modi's first visit to Bhatinda after he took office in 2014. The cost of the project for AIIMS will be Rs 925 crores. Punjab Chief Minister Prakash Singh Badal, Health Minister JP Nadda and Union Minister of Food Processing Harsimrat Kaur Badal will be present on the occasion. The Prime Minister will also attend 350th birth anniversary of Guru Gobind Singh at Anandpur Sahib. Later in the day, he will attend DGP's conference in Hyderabad. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley asked banks to promote digital banking in mission mode, saying the principal objective of the government's reform is to curtail the use of physical currency. After a meeting with heads of banks, including private sector, he said a committee under Additional Secretary in the Finance Ministry is being set up to promote digital banking. Finance Minister said there are 14 lakh POS machines which are there at retail level, and this figure has to be expanded manifold, emphasizing the change that is taking place in the country with respect to digital banking. FM said 80 crore cards in circulation, of which 40 crore are being actively used by people. India has lodged a strong protest with Pakistan against repeated ceasefire violations and deliberate targeting of villages along the line of control by the Pakistan Army, and deplored continued attempts to infiltrate armed terrorists to target Indian posts and patrols. Diverging details at his weekly media briefing, Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Vikas Swarup said the MEA called in Pakistan Deputy High Commissioner Syed Haider Shah on Wednesday and issued a demarche, the fourth one this month, on the continued violation of ceasefire from the other side of the LOC. It was pointed out how, despite calls for restraint, Pakistani forces committed 27 ceasefire violations between 16th and 21st November. Terrorists yesterday evening attacked a police station in Kralgund area of Kupwara district of North Kashmir. Terrorists resorted to heavy firing on Kralgund police station at around 9:45 p.m. As the gunfire rattled the entire area, additional reinforcement rushed to the firing spot. However, no one was reportedly dead or injured in the attack. Sources further added that rebels, after firing upon the police station, escaped from the spot. A search operation has been launched in the area. Two top Maoist leaders, including a woman, were killed in a gunfight with the Thunderbolts, the anti-Maoist division of the Kerala police, in the Paduka forest range near Karulai in Nilambur in Malappuram district on Thursday. The slain Naxalites have been identified as Devraj, also known as Shankar, and Anita. The injured rebel has been named as Soman. Devraj is said to be a Central Committee member. The inquest will be conducted on Friday. Unconfirmed reports claim that there were about 15 Maoists hiding in the forest. An alert has been sounded by the administration, asking the forest and police personnel at Silent Valley and Nilambur to be extra vigilant. The Nilambur forest region has been under surveillance after suspected Maoists fired at a police team a month back. Some international news now. In Iraq, at least 80 people, many of them Shia pilgrims, have been killed in a truck bomb attack at a road stop. The blast occurred at a petrol station and a restaurant near Hila, some 100 kilometers south of Baghdad. The road stop was full of people returning from Arabain pilgrimage in the city of Karbala. Many of the dead are reportedly Iranian pilgrims. The Islamic State militants claim responsibility for the attack in an online statement. Meanwhile, Iraqi troops have driven out IS militants from 3 more neighborhoods in the northern city of Mosul. About 80,000 people have been told to evacuate their homes as wildfires swept into Israel's third largest city of Haifa. The fires follow a 2-month drought and are being fanned by strong winds in the north of the city. Wildfires are also threatening homes near Jerusalem in the West Bank. Israel's police chief said arson was suspected in some cases as they found flammable materials and liquids poured in certain areas. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that any such attacks would amount to terror. Over 130 people have been taken to hospital with minor injuries, mainly from smoke inhalation, but most were later discharged. In sports, the Indian men's hockey team got their first win in the Four Nations Invitational Tournament by beating 14th-ranked Malaysia 4-2 in Melbourne yesterday. A day after losing to world number 1 Australia 2-3, VR Raghunath's team bounced back through goal to Nikin Thimayya's, Rupinder Pal Singh and Akashdeep Singh plus an improved display from goalkeeper Akash Chikte. For the 3 quarters, he was custodian. India next play New Zealand on Saturday in a must-win game. 4 Indian players have reached the last 8 spots in the Hong Kong Open Super Series. Saina Nehwal and PV Sindhu reached the quarterfinals in the women's singles, while Sameer Verma and Ajay Jairam reached the knockouts in men's singles. The Indian top seed, Saina, needed 3 games to overcome Sayaka Sato 21-18, 9-21, 21-16. The Japanese player stretched Saina for 52 minutes before losing the match. The 2012 Olympic medalist will face local favourite Cheong Ngan Yi. The Indian holds a 1-0 record in the previous meeting with a player from Hong Kong. And you can catch all the latest news from the world of politics, sports and business at DD News Twitter handle @DD News Live round the clock. And with that, we've come to the close of this bulletin. Namaskar.